I'm Jilka, and this is my persuasive speech. Imagine you're listening to a musician who's playing really great music and you like it. So you decide to throw them a $1 tip. Suddenly, someone runs along and grabs your dollar, throws a penny at the artist instead, and runs off. You'd be pretty mad because you wanted that tip to go to the artist. But surprisingly, this is actually happening in real life. So when you buy music from a musician who's signed on with a major label, your money is supporting the company instead of the musician. But when you buy music from an independent artist who hasn't signed on with a major label, your money is helping the artist. Most people don't realize you have a choice, but your dollars can either help musicians make it in the music industry or support companies who are making it hard for musicians to succeed in the music world. I've studied music for about 12 years now, and one of my interests has been learning about the business aspects of the music industry. But recently I've been following entrepreneurial independent artists who are working their way towards success. Music is a very relevant topic for us today in our age because people are buying music left and right, and everywhere we look, people are listening to music. So we should really be aware of where our money is going when we buy music. Because as consumers, we assume that everything we spend on a CD goes to the artist. But in reality, the record label commands almost all the money we put towards that CD. The problem with the music industry is that musicians have become a commodity controlled by the industry. And because of that, the industry is the one who makes most of the profits. Independent artists, however, have found a way to succeed around the controlling element of the record label companies. So when a musician signs on with a record label, they agree to a percentage they'll receive when they produce music. Warren Cohen wrote an article back in 2004 for Rolling Stone, and in it he calculated the amount an artist typically makes on a CD after all the record label fees and such have been taken out. And what he found was that the artist typically makes a shocking 10% of each sale. So for example, if you're paying $16 for a CD in the store, the artist is making roughly $1 per sale. Even if they sell 100,000 copies of their CD, out of the $1.6 million in sales, they're only seeing roughly $100,000 because of that percentage they've agreed on. Making this amount also depends on how well their record label is promoting their music. The amount they can make can be even less because the label may decide that they're not as marketable and doesn't promote them as well as they should. Artists who have signed on with record labels also have to split the profits from selling songs through iTunes. In an article from Rolling Stone in 2011, Stephen Knopper found that when an artist sells a song through iTunes, they have to split that cost with Apple in addition to their record label and producer. He quoted, "For a typical song that costs us $1.30, the artist is only making 20 cents per song." This seems pretty depressing for a musician who's worked really hard for recognition and has finally achieved a major record label contract, only to have it control how much money they're making and how widely their music can be promoted. But with the advent of the internet, there's been a recent push in a different direction. Independent musicians are able to produce their music differently and have been able to circumvent the greed that's perpetuated the music industry. By taking matters into their own hands, they can set the amount they're compensated and can find other avenues where they can promote themselves, such as social media and YouTube. And the best example of this success is one of my favorite artists, Lindsey Stirling. In 2010, Lindsey Stirling performed in America's Got Talent and was told by the panel, who's influential in the music industry, that she wasn't marketable enough to become a success. But instead of giving up, she decided to pursue her music as an independent artist through YouTube and iTunes. So to illustrate that, I've got a clip made by a fan who made it kind of as a response to America's Got Talent. Doing right now Just last month, William Gruger wrote an article for Billboard, and in it he stated that to this day, Sterling has achieved over 2.1 million subscribers from YouTube, and has earned an estimated $500,000 from her 250 million video clicks alone. He also says that this is in addition to the estimated 1.6 million she's earned from her iTunes sales and the album she self-produced. Without the constraints of a record label telling her what to do, she's been able to earn all the money from her sales and had the flexibility to promote herself through touring. As an independent artist, she can promote herself in ways she feels comfortable and has also been able to achieve success. Musicians are finding that they have alternative ways to than signing on with big record labels in order to be successful in the music industry. And as consumers, we're finding that we have alternatives to the musicians that are promoted by the big record label companies. Your hard-earned money is going to go somewhere. To pay for a song to help a musician make it in the music world, or pay for a song and help the record label company who are deciding who can be a success and are taking most of the profits. Where do you want your money to go?
Very nice.